Most people blame their low view count or their low subscribers based on because of the algorithm or because of their equipment, but actually it's because they don't attract their audience in the first few seconds of the video. Today I'll be talking about 6 hooks that will make you go viral. So first I want to talk about the psychology behind good hooks. So a hook works when it makes people stop and turn around. So it's like, say your audience is like on a highway and they're going just through videos, and you have to, with your hook, you have to make them stop and turn around and want to watch your video. So you have to make a curiosity loop which keeps them invested in your video, and it makes them want to listen to more. So here are 6 hook formats that are proven to work. So firstly, it's the fortune teller method. So you contrast between the present versus the future. And so, for example, examples of these could be like, this is the future of AI, or this microwave is going to change cooking forever. And it works because the brain is designed to work and to worry about the future. So if you create curiosity about the future, people will want to listen and they want to know how to solve their problems. So first, you have to establish your the current reality. Secondly, you have to show how might the future change based on your video subject, and then you have to tease slightly about what you think will happen to the future. And so I remember coming across a video that talked about how global warming was going to change, and it really caught my interest because of the hook, and it went like, if we keep going on like this, then sea levels will rise by 3 meters, which could flood many cities, and that made me quite worried, and it made me think about why and how to stop my impact on global warming. And I actually watched to the end of the video because I was so invested in how to stop global warming, and because the hook was so interesting. Secondly, there's the teacher. It's like to be a teacher. So you have to think of the audience as your student, and you have to tell them, like, for example, this is how I, and and then you just say the rest of your intro. So it establishes a pain point, and it shows your solution, and then it also walks them through how you did it. So it's used by a lot of like personal growth creators, or people who tell their story. And I remember coming across a lot of videos that went, so for example, this is how I made over £100,000 in a month, and that caught my interest because I wanted to follow their footsteps, and it basically solves, and it works because it solves the audience's greed to earn more money, and it provides them with a solution. Then it's the experimenter method. So you explain something through a demonstration or an experiment. So it's actually quite good for maybe like if you want to show something to the audience visually to prove something. So for example, if you wanted to describe a science experiment, you could have it playing in the background to prove that it actually works, and to just, I guess, enforce the image into the audience's mind. Then it's the magician. So I guess it's quite different from the previous formats, but it basically acts like a stun gun, and to like stop the audience in their tracks. So for example, you could say, check this out, or look at this, and so that basically just causes the audience to stop, like, because you're speaking to them. And it's a lot of people actually link this up with the other formulas. So for example, if I linked it with a fortune teller, it could be check this out. This microwave is going to change cooking forever. So it basically stops them in their tracks and then goes on to describe and then it goes on to their hook. Next is the contrarian method. So basically, it's different from a typical stereotype. So, for example, you're doing this wrong, and then going on to explain what it is. So I remember going through watching some videos about spiders because I was quite interested in them, and there was a video that said spiders are extremely deadly and some could even kill you in 3 seconds, and that was different from the typical stereotype that spiders can be deadly, but like they also provide a lot of value to you and your home by, for example, getting rid of insects. And because of that, I wanted to stay and watch for more because it made me interested in what they were about to say. So, and then finally there's the investigator. So it's basically talking about something that's unknown to the listener, and then it will create curiosity and then explain, and then it will teach them so that they understand. So it mainly works for like niche topics that most people don't know about. So here's how to actually write a hook that actually works. Even if you follow these steps, it might not actually make your video more popular. So this is how to guarantee that it works. So firstly, you have to keep in mind these 4 things. So firstly, it's the visual part of it, then there's the text part, then the audio part, and then the spoken part. So you need to find the right balance of each of these inside your video so that it's more eye-catching and so that people want to watch it more. So normally people look at the visual aspect first, and then they look at the audio aspect, and then go back to the visual part for like confirmation. And because it's 10 times quicker to read than to hear something, and so you have to find the right balance of each aspect to make your video stand out and to make your video just stand out from the rest of the other videos about the same topics. And yeah, so that's basically all. I will use these videos and I will use these hooks in my next videos, and hopefully it will catch the attention of you guys. Thank you.